These are the 5 best builds for Solar 3.0, and you need to try them out. The first build lets you spam overpowered grenades. The Touch of Flame aspect allows our fusion grenades to explode twice, which increases the damage of each grenade. And these grenades already do a lot. You can pair this with Starfire Protocol to get a second fusion grenade and recharge your grenade with empowered weapon damage. So if you just deal damage while inside an Empowering Rift or a Well of Radiance, you'll get your grenade back really fast. This even includes damage over time effects like Witherhoard and Anarchy, so you can hit a boss with it, then just spam grenades until Witherhoard runs out. You don't even need weapons to output top tier DPS, it's actually insane. By the way, fusion grenades now apply Scorch, which leads to ignitions, so we can throw a Solar Fulmination mod to increase damage output even further. It's basically the D2 version of Sunsinger, and I absolutely love it. Starfire also instantly recharges your Rift every time you get a grenade kill, so you can easily chain these back to back for essentially infinite abilities even outside of boss encounters. Now for the fragments, I have Ember of Ashes to apply more Scorch stacks with the grenades, Ember of Torches to become empowered from melees, Ember of Solace for longer Radiant and Restoration effects, and Ember of Searing to get more melee energy from grenade kills. And because I wanted triple 100s. Also Heat Rises, cause why not? The weapons are Witherhoard for the combo with Starfire, Funnel Web with Adrenaline Junkie since we get a lot of grenade kills, and any heavy weapon. A rocket launcher with Demolitionist perhaps? This next build is hilariously overpowered for solo play. Knock 'em Down will recharge your melee after every melee kill while Radiant. Yes, you never run out of throwing knives. Now pair that with Assassin's Cowl for invisibility and health regen on charged melee kills. You can stay invisible almost all the time with the new Solar subclass. You shouldn't have any trouble surviving with this, but why not add on more? Classy Restoration will give restoration after dodging, and Ember of Empyrean will extend its duration with every knife kill. You won't die. Aspects. Knock 'em Down for infinite throwing knives, and On Your Mark, mostly for the fragment slots. The fragments are Ember of Torches to become Radiant, Ember of Solace for the longer duration, Ember of Empyrean to extend the duration with each kill, Ember of Ashes to apply more Scorch stacks, and Ember of Beams so I don't have to aim Blade Barrage. Remember the fusion rifle meta from Season of the Lost? Well, this build is the new and improved version of that. This season, we got access to the Rain of Fire exotic boots. This makes your Icarus Dash reload all of your weapons. Free reloads every 4 seconds. It also makes you Radiant from each final blow with fusion rifles or linear fusion rifles. That is actually crazy. As long as you can get fusion rifle kills within 13 seconds of each other, you never lose the buff. While you're Radiant, you get a 25% damage buff to all your weapons, and that buff stacks with other damage buffs like Well of Radiance and Empowering Rift. So obviously, we're going to be playing around Radiant effects and fusion rifles. The fragments I use are Ember of Solace for longer Radiant and Restoration effects, Ember of Empyrean to extend those effects with solar weapon kills, Ember of Tempering for increased recovery also after solar weapon kills, and Ember of Torches for a backup way to become Radiant, and a way to make allies Radiant too. I also have Heat Rises to heal myself on demand and to gain additional melee energy from kills in the air. The other aspect is Icarus Dash for obvious reasons, and any build using Empyrean wouldn't be complete without classy Restoration for infinite healing. Your class ability gives you restoration, then kills extend that duration. Once again, you won't die. There are many amazing fusion rifles to choose from, but since we need solar kills for the fragments, I recommend a Cartesian coordinate, or if you have it, Vex Mythoclast. That will also count as a fusion rifle because it is one. Or you could use something like the Callus Mini Tool as a good solar primary, and pair it with a Stasis fusion rifle like Riptide. This drops like crazy from Crucible, and it gets perks like Vorpal and Chill Clip. I love it. Then if you have a Storm Chaser, use it because it's the best heavy weapon ever. You'll constantly be healing and constantly have a damage buff from Radiance just by using some of the best weapons in the game. Blade Barrage is broken right now. Knock 'em Down will give Blade Barrage extra projectiles, so more damage. You know what else increases super damage? Star Eater scales. After picking up 8 orbs of power, your Blade Barrage does a ton of damage. In fact, it's the highest damaging super in the game. Just pop this once, then DPS with Storm Chaser. The best heavy weapon ever. And Star Eater scales with Knock 'em Down are the only things you need for the build. Everything else is completely up to you. Titans, you may be wondering why the other classes each got 2 builds. Well, there's no other choice for Titan, because this is the best one by far. Better than all the others combined. First, we need Sol Invictus. This will allow us to use Sunspots. Next, we need Lorelei Splendor. This will create sunspots whenever you pop your barricade, or whenever you become critically wounded. If that happens, it will consume your class ability energy, and act as if you just used your class ability. This means it will activate things like Classy Restoration to trigger health regen. You know, exactly what you need when you're low on health. But that's not it. We can push this much farther. Pair this with Utility Kickstarter, or 2 if you have an Artivist Titan mark. This will speed up your class ability recharge, allowing Loreleis to activate more often. You can also use Reaping Wellmaker to create Void Elemental Wells, and you can use those Void Wells to get even more class ability energy with Well of Utility, or damage resistance with Well of Tenacity. You won't die. The fragments are Ember of Solace and Ember of Empyrean for infinite restoration, as well as Ember of Singeing because sunspots will scorch targets, and Ember of Torches to become radiant. Use this build if you're trying to solo flawless any dungeon. It makes it so easy. For the weapons, go with a Solar Primary for Ember of Empyrean, and Storm Chaser because it's the best heavy weapon ever, and you can get it completely solo from the Duality dungeon. Here's how. Thanks for watching, I'm Marshix, and I'll see you next time.